Hello everyone. So in today's session, we are going to talk about the expression orale TCF Canada tâche 2. That means the second section, which is actually related to a dialogue. So we're going to now talk about what level you need minimum to be able to do this task well. You need level B1. That means you are going to be evaluated based on your skills in explaining your opinion, to illustrate using examples, to also bring about explanations in a more detailed manner, then also giving suggestions. So and then you will have to use different tenses, for example the present tense, future proche, future simple, passé composé, imparfait, different forms of conditionnel. You also have subjunctif in this one. So these are the things that you will be required to do, in addition to also using different types of connectors in a relevant manner. And you must be able to correctly conjugate your verbs, regular as well as irregular, like the verbs avoir, être, faire, prendre, boire, etc. You must be able to bring about a variety of adjectives and adverbs in your speaking. Plus, there must be some kind of complex structures used in combination with simple ones. So you should be able to formulate your structures in a more comfortable and varied manner, rather than just sticking to the simple structure. Now, further, let's talk about the format de la tâche, which is the format of this exam. So this exercice d'interaction, which it is ideally called, this is a dialogue which is of a maximum duration of 3 minutes 30 seconds. 3 minutes 30 seconds is for the dialogue, but before that you're going to get 2 minutes for your preparation, wherein you will have access to pen and paper as well, so that you can take down some notes. But you will not write obviously the entire dialogue, but only the keywords that you're going to ask. So the total duration of this particular section is going to be 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And you have to show your capacity to obtain information regarding a situation of daily life. And you have to ask questions, and you have to react to the examiner in a way as if you were doing a real life or daily life situation or daily life conversation. Treat it like a real life situation is what I usually suggest my students here. You also have to react to what the examiner is saying, and it's not just going to be a robotic conversation wherein you just have to ask the questions to your examiner. So it's basically nothing but a jeu de rôle. So in the beginning, the examiner will give you a document also, which you have to read in detail. I'm going to show you that document. So it will look like this in French, but I'm going to show you the English version of it, because this is the English version of the video. So let's see. We have instructions here. This part of the test, it lasts a total of 5 minutes and 30 seconds. You will have 2 minutes to prepare the topic. You're allowed to take brief notes if you would like to. You must not write on the topic itself, only the draft sheet provided by the examiner. In 2 minutes, we will start the conversation. You must ask me the questions to obtain information, and you will speak first. You will lead the conversation. The conversation must last 3 minutes 30 seconds. You can ask for more details or request information to be repeated. So this is the kind of instructions you will have in your version. This will be the French version. It will look somewhat like this. Now I'm going to move ahead. So now I'm going to show you something that you really have to pay attention to. In this task, your role as a candidate is to ask questions and obtain the most information possible from the examiner. So you have a role, an active role to play here, whereas the examiner is going to give you answers just to facilitate your conversation, but they are going to speak lesser than you. They will only respond to your questions and give you clarifications if you ask for them. So you have to just play the role. Here, a lot of students kind of feel conscious, thinking that it's the examiner with whom they are doing the dialogue. The moment you get rid of that kind of thinking, and instead you start to treat it like a real life situation, it becomes way more easy to do the dialogue, and it becomes way more natural as well. So let's see here. I have a sample of dialogue for you. Here's the situation. I'm going to read this entire thing in French, obviously. We'll see. This is a dialogue between Hugo and Paul. So here's the situation. Je suis votre ami. Vous allez recevoir vos neveux pendant le week-end entier. Vous me demandez des conseils. Let's go read the example. Now Hugo starts, because Hugo is the candidate. So, salut Paul, tu as un moment? Bien sûr Hugo, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Mes neveux viennent passer le week-end chez moi. Tu as des idées pour les occuper? Oh, c'est super! Tu sais, les enfants adorent bouger. Tu pourrais les emmener au parc. C'est un bon début. Tu penses que le parc suffira? Ils sont très actifs. Non, il vaut mieux prévoir plusieurs activités en avance. Pourquoi pas des jeux de société après le parc? Ils aiment ça, surtout à leur âge. Des jeux de société, c'est une bonne idée. Et si je voulais faire une activité un peu plus créative, tu crois que ça leur plairait? Complètement. Les enfants adorent les activités manuelles. Tu pourrais leur faire du bricolage, de la peinture, même organiser une petite chasse au trésor. Une chasse au trésor, ça serait amusant. Mais comment je fais sans trop me compliquer la vie? C'est facile. Tu caches juste des petits objets dans la maison ou le jardin. Tu leur donnes des indices et le tour est joué. Ils seront super excités. Super, je vais tenter ça. Et pour le soir, qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour les calmer un peu? Après tout ça, tu pourrais leur proposer de regarder un film ou des dessins animés. C'est un bon moyen de les faire se poser. Oui, ça me permettra de souffler un peu aussi. Et côté repas, tu as des suggestions? Pour les repas, je te conseille de leur faire une pizza maison. Ils adorent créer leur propre pizza. Choisir des garnitures, c'est interactif et simple à préparer. Une pizza maison, c'est génial. Et je n'y avais pas pensé vraiment. Mais tu crois qu'ils vont apprécier? Oui, j'en suis sûre. Les enfants aiment participer et en plus, ça les occupe pendant un moment. Ça me semble parfait. Et si jamais ils s'ennuient quand même, tu crois que je devrais prévoir un plan B? Franchement, avec tout ce que tu as prévu, ça m'étonnerait qu'ils s'ennuient. Mais si jamais, tu peux toujours improviser avec un autre jeu ou leur laisser un peu de temps libre. Bon, tu me rassures. Merci pour tous ces conseils, Paul, et je vais essayer de tout bien gérer ce week-end. Pas de souci, Hugo, ça va bien se passer, tu vas voir. Voila, so that was the example for the dialogue. I really hope this helped you get some perspective as to what kind of expressions we have really used. If you look at it, it's an informal dialogue because it's between friends. It's already given in the instruction here, so you have to pay attention to that. Throughout the dialogue, it has to be tu and the corresponding possessive adjectives, that is ton, ta, and te. You will not make use of vous, votre, vos. Another thing to take care of here is that it's got to be informal language. So yeah, you can use structures of this type. For example, c'est super, or you can use structures like c'est une bonne idée. You have to react to what the examiner is saying. And then these types of reactions like complètement, then ce serait amusant, you have to react again as I'm saying. Then c'est facile, ok, super, je vais tenter ça, I'm going to try it. And then you have structures like oui, ça me permettra de souffler un peu aussi. So you're kind of making it a natural conversation. You're saying that I'll also get to breathe in between. And then tu as des suggestions, do you have any suggestions for me? Okay, then here, c'est génial, je n'y avais pas pensé. I never thought about it. Tu crois qu'ils vont apprécier? Are you sure they're going to appreciate this, enjoy this? Then, bon, tu me rassures. So in the end, you could end with somewhat of this, something of this sort, and then end with your merci and salut, etc. And that's how the dialogue is done. So voila, that's it. Whatever I wanted to show you for this particular session. And I really hope that this gave you some perspective in understanding what kind of dialogue needs to be done. Keep practicing, and then I'll see you for another video in which I will be talking about tâche 3. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.